So this problem gives me a function, and that function is in vertex form of a parabola. And it asks me to find concavity, y-intercept, axis of symmetry, vertex, and roots. So first of all, let me write out my vertex form. Is f of x is equal to a x minus h squared plus k. And one thing I know that when my a is a positive number, that means that my function is going to open up and look like an upward facing bowl. If my a is negative, my function is going to open down and look like a downward facing bowl. So what concavity means is if it's facing up and it looks like an upward facing bowl, we call it concave up. If it looks like a downward facing bowl, we call it concave down. So in this case, because I don't have a number out in front, it's assumed to be a positive a, and that means that this function is concave up. From here, the y-intercept always happens as you are, like the y-intercept happens when the function crosses the y-axis. And when the function crosses the y-axis, that's where the value of x is equal to 0. So to find our y-intercept, let's find f of 0. Did I say y is 0? I meant x is 0. Yeah, I don't remember. Okay, so we need to find f of 0, which is where x is equal to 0. So plugging in 0 in for x, we get 0 minus 1 squared minus 9. So then 0 minus 1 is negative 1. We square it, we get positive 1. So it's 1 minus 9, which is negative 8. So that gives us our y-intercept. Is negative 8, or if it wants it as a coordinate, that would be x is 0 and y is negative 8. From here, the next question asks us about the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry is like the vertical line where the function is like a reflection on the left and the right. That always happens at the x coordinate of the vertex. The x coordinate of the vertex is our value of h. So in this case, our h is equal to 1. So that means that our axis of symmetry is the line x is equal to 1. And notice it's a positive 1 for h because the formula is x minus h. So if we're plugging in a positive 1, that would make x minus 1. If we plugged in a negative 1, two negatives makes a positive, and so it would be x plus 1. So just a little note there. So this is our axis of symmetry, is x is equal to 1. The vertex is at the point h comma k. This is our vertex form, and the vertex is h comma k. So we just found that h is equal to 1, and k is our value on the outside, which, since there's a minus 9 and the formula is plus k, that means that k would have to be negative 9. In order to, if we plugged in negative 9 into the formula, that would give us a minus here. So that gives us our vertex. And the last thing are the roots. The roots happen when the function crosses the x-axis. So that is where the function, or the y value, is equal to 0. So if we set our function equal to 0, 0 is equal to x minus 1 squared minus 9. First, let's move the minus 9 over to the other side to solve for the square. So we would need to add 9 to both sides to do that. And we get 9 is equal to x minus 1 squared. From here, to get the square to go away, we can take the square root of both sides. However, we have to keep in mind that if we take the square root of both sides and there's an x, the side that's just a number, we need to make it plus or minus. So the square root of 9 is 3. So it makes on the left side is plus or minus 3. is equal to x minus 1. And then, give myself a little more room here. We can move the 1 to the other side by adding 1 on both sides. So that makes that 1 plus or minus 3 is equal to x. And we can split that up into two solutions. One would be 1 plus 3 is equal to x, and the other solution is 1 minus 3 is equal to x. So 1 plus 3 is 4. So 4 is one root, and 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So negative 2 is the second root. So there we go. We found concavity, y-intercept, axis of symmetry, vertex, and roots. The concavity was its concave up. The y-intercept is negative 8, or the point 0, negative 8. The axis of symmetry is x is equal to negative 1. Keep in mind that's always a line, so it has to be written in the form of x equals a number. The vertex is a point h comma k, which we found to be 1, negative 9. And the roots, you will typically have either 0, 1, or 2 roots. And in this case, we had 2 roots. X is equal to 2, x is equal to 4, and x is equal to negative 2. So I hope this step-by-step solution was helpful for you. If it was, please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more similar videos as this one. Also, check out the links in the description if you'd like to see about online tutoring, or if you'd like to support my project of providing free homework help to anyone who needs it. Thanks for watching.